Hello everyone, it's Omae, and welcome back to the final 12th anniversary video in One Piece Treasure Cruise history. The SUGO-FEST is leaving in 8 hours. The celebration is officially coming to a close. A celebration that I honestly personally would say has been the biggest celebration in OPTC history. I felt that this is even more exciting than the 10th anniversary. And I know some people will disagree with me, but I've been playing this game, or following it at least, since 2016. And to me, the reveal of Emu, I mean, we knew about the 4 emperors leading up to the 12th anniversary. It was highly hinted at based on the legends that were coming out before: the Burgess Shiryu, the Crocodile Mihawk, the Rumble Ace. It was all obvious that we would see the 4 emperors, but that Emu reveal was so high quality. You could see the raw excitement I had in the reaction video, and that was almost 2 months ago already. So I mean, this has been my favorite anniversary so far. And I mean, just in general, the artworks, the alternate artworks have been insane. I mean, I couldn't believe my eyes when I first saw that, because it's something like we've never seen before in Treasure Cruise. So today I just want to wrap up the anniversary by doing some multi-pulls, trying to get some of the best characters maxed out, and let's just talk about these characters in general and how they shape the future of Treasure Cruise. Now, I don't want this to be a super long video, so I already did a lot of multis off camera. I did 40 multis on part 1, I did a multi on part 6, a multi on part 4, 4 multis or 3 multis on part 5, and then also some multis on Shanks's part, and then 2 multis on Luffy's part. And this is what I have to show for it, basically the entire batch. I got very lucky in the part 1 SUGO-FEST. In those first 30 multis, I essentially pulled 5 12th anniversary legends. I got 2 of my Luffy's, I got 2 Buggies, and I also got Emu. And then I went and did 1 multi on Blackbeard's part and got him on the first multi, and then on the guaranteed 30th step I got Shanks on part 1. So I essentially got the entire batch on part 1, and then Blackbeard I got in the first multi on his dedicated part. So very lucky here. There are some characters I'm missing that I'm going to be looking out for, especially characters like Zoro versus Nustro. But so far this is what we have. I pulled 3 Nami and Karinas, 2 Zoro versus Lucci's, Luffy and Lucci. I did the Aurora Gem SUGO-FEST multi. I got Drakepu, as well as 6+ Akainu, which is of course great for a new account. Now, this won't be going for giveaway as of now. This is mostly for videos so that I have the 12th anniversary batch to play around with. I don't have even half of the batch on my main account, only Shanks and Blackbeard. So this is mainly here for showcase purposes. And I also got the quick Gear 5 Luffy twice on part 1, as well as Shanks on Buggy's part. So these have been very lucky multis. The most surprising part is that I started on Shanks's part and got Nikaboni in the first multi, and then another one in the second multi. I mean, that was insane. What a start to these pulls. But we still have 1,800 gems left. I might do some pulls on Barto's part, but first off, let's focus on the anniversary SUGO-FEST. Try to get Emu and Shanks, who have been the headliners of the 12th anniversary. These guys have been the most meta defining units. I think we can all agree on that. So I really want to get these characters maxed. Also, they're both strength types, so I won't have enough posters to max them out, both of them. So I need duplicates. I already have a dupe of Luffy and Buggy, and I think I still need to get Kuma memories. So I will continue on this banner and also get some Garp Kobe, and then I would also like to get the 5 Alders. But for now, let's continue on Emu's part and hope for the best. Get as many Emu copies as possible. And I mean, let's just talk about Emu, man. I mean, this unit is like a fan fiction of a character. Like, if someone made a character concept of a unit and was completely broken, that's what Emu is. But they've done it in a way where it's not like harming the game. Like, it feels like Emu will eventually be counted. He is broken, and in most situations he will dominate, but there are ways to get around it. But just generally in both PvE and PvP, this unit does everything. He's resistant to most types of damage. He has this new ability bind mechanic in Rumble, which no one else has right now. We might see characters, Aldaf units in the future that also have it. Maybe not to the same scale that Emu does. But the fact that you can just proc that as soon as the battle starts and disable everyone's passive ability, essentially making everyone naked in a blizzard. You're essentially making the entire enemy team naked in a blizzard. Now, it is only like a 50% chance of each character being ability binded, but currently no one has resistance to that. So yeah, Emu, especially if he gets that second proc in a rumble match, it's game over, because at that point everyone's specials already, even the most low damage dealing specials will destroy enemy teams when they have ability bind, because of just how crippling having no defense, having none of that rumble passive active is. And of course, characters that rely on death hits as well, Emu's ability bind counters that. The new Bartolomeo, who provides CT reduction in his passive, Emu ability binds him as well. I will talk about Bartolomeo extensively in another video, but for now it actually doesn't seem like reflection, damage reflection is that crazy. It seems like it'll be heavily nerfed by defense, which is kind of what I was concerned about in the analysis video. But I won't judge completely until I use him myself. I do think after further analysis that he's actually going to be a best bench unit. He'll come in during the later stages of the match. Once some of the enemy's units are dead already, they've lost a lot of defense, then Bartolomeo comes in and cleans up using that damage reflection. I think that's the best way to use him. Did we just get double Kaido Magma? I could swear in the last multi we got him on the 11th poster in his 5-star form, and then now in his 6-star form. Get off my screen, bro. I'm still looking for a lot of characters like V2 Strength Saturn. But yeah, Emu in PvE, I mean, this guy is insane. He's special. He does have the special launch status function, meaning that his special changes based on what your special launch status is. It essentially just means he has access to 2 different types of specials. Of course, there is the massive con that Emu doesn't charge his own cooldown massively for that second activation. So you need characters like the 4 Emperors to reduce Captain's cooldown. We also have a lot more characters besides just the 4 Emperors doing that cooldown for the Captain. Even like Rare Recruit Doberman from Kizuna. There's been a lot of characters that reduce Captain cooldown. And I think even just outside of Emu, that is just a really powerful effect. The fact that we're giving this much cooldown to our Captain, like even outside of Emu, that's pretty broken, man. But I mean, he's getting around a lot of different debuffs with these specials, and then his EX Super gets around threshold, damage reduction as well. Of course, the new black bit is mainly focused for the defense up, but still, Emu providing that massive chain boundary. He's essentially coming in and replacing V2 Saturn on a lot of teams. He also gets around the paralysis that Saturn did. Only thing is that he's not reducing attack down like Saturn, but in most cases, I mean, Emu's just busted. Remember, he's resistant to a lot of status effects on himself. Bind, Despair, Special Bind, Special Rewind. So you can completely ignore Despair if Emu's running double captains, which in a lot of cases you will be, because a lot of the time you will be activating Emu multiple times in the quest. Gear 5, no. Even if you get Emu and it's not a new character, Gear 5 will still pop up if you're getting Emu. Though surprisingly, on part 1 when I got Emu first, it was actually only a Gear 2 animation and not even an extended poster. So really do not trust animations. Have hope even if the animations suck, man, because with Gear 2 animation cut in, I still got Emu to show up. Another secret. But yeah, I'm really hurting from the fact that I don't have Emu on my main account. It sucks. I do have a lot of other characters though, so it's not that big of a deal. But for newer players, definitely not having Emu would be horrendous, right? I actually might try and reroll right now, like after this video ends, because I'm pretty sure new players still get 10 Aurora gems, right? And currently we have Ben, Beckman, and Yasap available on the Aurora SUGO-FEST. So if we get 10 Aurora gems for starting a new account, I'm pretty sure that campaign is still active. Then you could technically reroll for Beckman, Yasap, and 12th ANNIV Shanks in one account, which would be absolutely monstrous. Unfortunately, didn't get so lucky on this account here. Only got the 6+ Akainu, which is, I guess, it's cool. On a new account, it's hard to get those super evolutions, and at the end of the day, Akainu is a Pirate Rumble legend, so he's pretty hard to get. And then I also got Drake and Apu, which isn't that crazy. He's great with Kaido Big Mom, I guess. So if we get Yamato and Momonosuke, that could be pretty cool. Okay, no gear 5, man. It seems like my luck is way better off camera. 2 legends. I do want to save a few gems on this account because Loki will be coming out around the SUGO-FEST during the summer SUGO-FEST celebration, either towards end of July, early August. That's where I see him coming out. I remember last year we also had NL Boa come out for One Piece Day, so we could be seeing something really interesting for One Piece Day. Or some years they just don't even care about One Piece Day and they kind of just overshadow that with the summer SUGO-FEST, or kind of merge the celebrations into one. But yeah, summer SUGO-FEST is a massive celebration for the year. In previous years we've had units like Luffy versus Kaido come out, who is still top tier today. I mean, versus Luffy, unbelievable character still. I mean, he's so high damage. He gets around a lot of gimmicks as well. And bro, where are the emus, bro? Where are the emus? I'm not going to pity, bro. I'll stop at like multi 15 if I don't get emu by then. Good animations. No rare text. We got the gold treasure. Not even gear to cut in. So yeah, of course, let me know in the comments. Throughout these 2 months, we've had a lot of time, a lot of free gems. What were you able to get? Was this celebration a massive buffer to your account? Did you go full in on part 1 to like step 60, which I don't think is the best idea? I think step 30 is really where you should stop, because at step 30 you should have gotten at least 1 or maybe 2 of the new characters, and then you can decide after that which part you want to go to. After that, you kind of risk getting a lot of dupes of these characters, which, I mean, there's value in that, but at the end of the day, you want to get 1 copy of at least of each of the new characters. That's way more valuable than getting like 2 of them maxed out, which I'm kind of in that situation. I have Blackbeard and Shanks maxed out right now, but I don't have Luffy, no Buggy, and not a single emu either. And I've been doing those daily singles the whole time on this anniversary SUGO-FEST. But that's enough of my crying. It is what it is. These characters will be back for the summer SUGO-FEST. Keep that in mind. It's not like they're going to be gone for like a half a year. They'll be back very soon. Of course, they will only be level 99 when you pull them in those SUGO-FEST. Gear 5. Oh my days, bro. And I mean, I also don't know if you're gonna get like OPTC girls, because last year we did get the summer Nami and Yamato Otama. It's kind of polarizing because where I am in the world, it's winter right now, but all the summer celebrations are happening in Treasure Cruise. Ooh, in gear 5. Okay, this guy is also still a beast. I mean, I feel like his main problem is that he's not getting around a lot of debuffs or gimmicks in general. But his damage he provides is still insane, especially if you have an overrideable attack boost. Then his special provides so much, it's ridiculous. And he's still a pretty good captain. He is around his spare. Of course, one of the 10th anniversary characters, super hype when he came out. And Kaido Big Mom. This unit's much harder to use, but I still think they're really powerful. I believe in them. They do have such a really powerful swap effect, giving a full board of 1-0 orbs. It does take 8 swaps to charge though, very annoying, but they do have access to rush. And we also need to talk about the new rare recruits, because we've had some very interesting rare recruits from this 12th ANNIV batch. I mean, mainly in Assault Rumble, because these characters, they've made rare recruits in Treasure Cruise, non-Rumble rare recruits have really powerful Rumble abilities, but mainly in Assault Rumble. Outside of that, not as much. They're still like suitable 20 cost units to run if you don't have a lot of Rumble units yourself, but mainly in Assault Rumble, they do so much. I would say the rare recruits' PvE specials are somewhat underwhelming. Their main gimmick was to give territory, to fulfill the requirement for the 4 emperors, and some of them give an attack boost or an orb boost, but not a lot of gimmicks are being negated with these characters. Their main purpose is Assault Rumble, support abilities, and also this new Kuzan rare recruit has the best kind of last up ability, and seeing that from a rare recruit is quite impressive. The ability to just replicate your damage that you've dealt in the turn from normal attacks in the final tap ability. It's only 30% of the damage, but generally that's still powerful. That's really powerful. I mean, he's a very solid unit to run on the Blackbeard team. He's doing quite a bit in his special. He's giving the driven territory, he's giving the attack or all boost, and he's also providing that whatchamacallit, that final tap buff that is so powerful, right? But where's Emu, man? Where is Emu? I mean, Emu driven powerhouse strength, it is quite a predictable type in class combination, and there definitely are counters for Emu that are starting to sort of rise from the dust, but not quite fully fledged yet. We don't have like one specific team or one specific unit that perfectly counters Emu, and I think we'll see that once Loki comes out, once Shamrock Ganko comes out. It'll happen for sure. Marco, okay. I mean, the red rate has been pretty good. Earlier on, we got double Magma Kaido. We just got double in Gear 5 Luffy. Now double Marco. I think Emu's part is cursed. I'm actually just going to move over. I don't think this is the best idea. Secret. Not extended. Figgle and Garling. We also should be seeing like more Figgle and Garling units. Maybe a legend of him in his old form. Like we have his rare recruit support character. But he should get like a proper legend in his old form. Surely, man. I also hear we're gonna have like a massive God Valley flashback in Albath, so we'll probably see more from Figgle and Garling in that situation. So we'll definitely see more legends. I actually want to read the manga of One Piece, just that I kind of know what's coming for Treasure Cruise. But also, I mean, it's really nice reading the manga. It's definitely a different experience, but I've tried to read a few chapters and it's been very, very fun. Of course, it's mainly just because I don't want to wait for the episodes to come out, but at the same time, it's kind of fun, like having being caught up with the manga and like discussing the new chapter that comes out. Whereas for anime, I mean, so many people actually already know what's going to happen, even if it's just slightly. It takes away from the moment. Very few people I've known are like purely anime only. They avoid spoilers like crazy. I mean, I think it's just better to be caught up with the manga. I do think it's gonna kind of suck to have the One Piece spoiled if you're an anime only once that eventually happens. So I'd rather be caught up with the manga and have that first reaction hype with everyone. But that's a bit of a side tangent. Let me shift over to Buggy's part. Now, Buggy, I mean, I don't think he's had nearly as much of an impact as these other characters have had. He is very interesting. I think his Rumble stuff is cool, his PvE stuff is great, especially if you have these existing characters like Rodri Gaban goes really well with him. His PvE stuff is cool. I haven't experimented with him enough to gauge if he's like super game breaking, and we haven't had a Sai super boss, I believe, so he hasn't seen any kind of play in that regard. But I highly expect that the next super boss is going to be Sai and Strength. I definitely think we'll get a Strength super boss. I definitely think it's Blackbeard's month to shine, especially with all the quick the quick units we've been getting from the new Blackbeard Pirates. I think we will be getting a Strength super boss probably next month. I don't think we'll be getting one this month. Actually, we should be. If the summer SUGO-FEST celebration begins towards mid-July, yeah, we'll definitely see a super boss in that situation. And remember, the Albath Luffy will be super evolving this month, so that is massive. We could, I mean, I'm honestly like fully expecting Albath Luffy's super evolution is going to be him encountering Loki, and then the other half of the unit will be Loki released as a SUGO-FEST unit during the Summer Sugo celebration. I just think it's perfectly timed that the Summer Sugo celebration is going to begin when Luffy gets his super evolution. It feels on the money that we will be getting Loki. And I still need to make a concept video, but there's such cool stuff they could be doing with Loki. First off, I believe he will be a Sai unit, or he could be Int, man. It would make sense if he was Sai, because we haven't gotten a single good Sai unit in ages. It's been so long, man. Like, the Rumble team is so dated. The PvE team for Super Boss is also quite dated. We need some good Sai support. Tier 5. Ah, bruh. Okay, so we are looking for Gok Kobe and for Kuma as well. I'll take the Roger Gaban dupes, but not what we're looking for. Wow, that's a throwback. This guy was OG in Power Rumble. Him on the Inter Rumble team was dominant. We also ran him quite a lot in treasure map mini bosses. Because he has such a low cooldown, he reduces his own CD at the start of the turn, at the start of the quest with his potential abilities. So he's always guaranteed to be ready. His special activates super quick. It also gives your int and strength units 2 turns of cooldown. Massive cooldown, massive wave clearing capabilities. And another Shanks. I will take it. He has a rush. Come on. Oh, you're an Yamato. That is a massive pull. I cannot complain. One thing I really love about the 12th ANNIV SUGO is that they really like properly sorted out the units that were going to be on each part, because on Buggy's part there's a lot of the units that go perfectly with him in a rumble team, like Roger Gaban, Oiran Yamato, New Year's Kuma, not Nikabani unfortunately, but it is what it is. But it's very nice for new players who are starting, going in on these individual parts. They get a proper rumble team ready, thanks to how these parts have been organized. What was I even talking about, bruh? Oh yeah, Loki should be Sai, man. I think he'll be 100% a free spirit character. I think that's just has to be it has to be that he needs to be a free spirit unit. It could also be driven or powerhouse or striker. I think first of all he's going to be free spirit. I do believe he'll be Sai, and then I think his second class is much more debatable, either driven, powerhouse, or striker. Personally, I think it'll be better for the unit if he's a striker. It just really sucks when characters don't have a primary class and they only have secondary classes like driven, cerebral, free spirit, powerhouse. It's way better for a character if they have one of each. So I really wish that he's going to be a Psy free spirit striker, but it's highly likely that he'll be like Psy free spirit driven or something like that. Or they could go left field and make him a quick unit, or an int unit. As I said, I don't think he'll be strength 1,000,000%. I think for a while now we won't be seeing a crazy good strength character. We could be seeing more dex support, but remember we have Barto now, so I feel like they'll cool down on that a bit. We have more quick support with the new Blackbeard Pirates. Sai has just been neglected, bro. Like, we need good Sai characters desperately, man. Like, we got massive Sai support over the 12th anniversary. I mean, the 11th anniversary with Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and the swordsman Nami, and even Kizaru went really well on that Sai team. But since then, it's been radio silence for Sai, man. Unbelievable. But anyways, I feel like we're getting shafted on Buggy's part, man. I'll go to step 10. After that, we can kind of just rendezvous and see what we're doing, what we're working with. Honestly, I'm just gonna spend all the gems. Who cares, man? But yeah, when it comes to Loki, tell me in the comments, what do you expect? I expect that he'll have some very unique mechanics where he starts the battle action binded. I think in Rumble, what they'll do is they'll give him action bind at the start of the battle for the first like 15 seconds. Or what would be even better? Yo, that would be so cool, man. That would be so cool. What if Loki forces himself out of the battle for the first 15 seconds, which means that he'll essentially come in after Emu and Shanks do their thing? Or he actually, what would be more on the money is if he's action binded at the start, but then they also give him damage immunity to damage ignoring defense, so that he can't be killed while he's action binded, because it would make sense. Loki is very tough, he's very resilient. Even though he's binded, he can tank a lot of hits. So I feel like once he's released from action bind, it should do some crazy things. Like, after he's released from action bind, he should get massive buffs. He should delay the enemy, maybe introduce a new mechanic, or maybe he himself does damage ignoring defense in an AoE range after he's released from action bind. That could be really cool. And then they could introduce more characters that reduce action bind on your team. There are units in the game that cleanse your other characters from action bind, in which case that kind of a character would be perfectly paired with Loki to speed up that process of removing the action bind and getting whatever strong effect that he'll apply afterwards to activate. I mean, I'm going to talk about this all in a concept video. We will be seeing Loki's reveal, I believe, in this month. if not very early next month. So I'm excited to make that concept video. And then his PvE stuff, it's a lot more subjective in that, I think. I feel like we can all agree that there's going to be some sort of action bind mechanic with Loki. They could also just introduce a new mechanic. We're seeing a lot of red text, but no gear 5 animation. I think this is step 9, not even gear 4. It's been pretty bad shaft, guys, I can't lie. All the luck was off camera. The second you turn the camera on, YouTuber luck, streamer luck does not exist, guys. There's no Bandai connection. No rigged rates. What was I talking about? Loki. Oh, who's it? Strength gear 5. You can kind of see when in motion character is about to be pulled because the screen kind of lags for a bit. Really cool detail. Also, what is going on with Sanchi? Oh wait, he's going invisible. I thought he had dirt on his shirt, bruh. I've always thought, what is that on his shirt, bruh? But I realize now it's just from him turning camouflage, bruh. It's crazy. Oh, Gothic Kobe. Okay, we're starting to spice things up. I think this is the limited pool legend. Right, yeah, so we still have that super limited coming up. After that, I will take a break from this part. That's for damn sure. I don't even know why I'm pulling here. I really need to max out those strength legends. Otherwise, I won't have enough posters. Do it. The satisfaction you feel when gear 5 pops up. That millisecond when you realize gear 5 pops up on the screen. The excitement, bro. But every time it's just gear 4 and then it stops. Gear 4 and then it stops. It doesn't go all the way, man. Also, tell me, guys, how you enjoying the World Cup, man. It's been fun. Queen, bruh. Oh my days. I mean, I think that Queen's underrated. I've used him quite a bit, and I think I've gotten all the rare recruits rainbowed at this point. I've just been constantly getting them. But yo, I need to talk about Shanks, because Shanks, we need another 20 cost unit. Like, it's so bad if you don't have Ben Beckman and Yasop. Like, it's actually annoying because there's no 20 cost red hair pirate unit that's actually good. There's just Beckman Yasop. If you don't have him, your team is completely screwed, because now you have to put in Kizuna's strength rare recruit Hongo into your team, who doesn't have any rumble abilities. His whole deal is that he is a red hair tag unit. He's 30 cost, so you essentially have to also like waste another slot on your team, because the way rumble cost is built, you're supposed to run 4 55 cost units and then 4 20 cost units. So if you bring a 30 cost unit into the mix, suddenly now you have to run a 1 cost character, which is essentially just fodder. So if you don't have Beckman and Yasop, you essentially are wasting 2 slots on your team, which is a big deal. The bench in Rumble is way more important than you think. It's so important. Like, having that 2 slots wasted just because you don't have Beckman and Yasop is tragic, man. So I do believe we'll get another 20 cost red hair pirate unit. I'm not sure exactly who it will be. Of course, it can't be Beckman, it can't be Yasop. We could see a Lucky Roo pirate Rumble rare recruit, which I think would be so dope, man. Of course, we have the new Rumble legend Bato. We actually haven't seen. We might see a Rumble rare recruit next month. Last month we got Nami. She's really good. How did we get shafted, bro? Daz Bones as a super limited character. That has to be the worst character available from that pool. It has to be. I refuse to believe you can get Daz Bones from the super limited pool. A character that I would say is worse than most rare recruits. He's literally the worst character you can get there by far. Even Tashigi is way better. Like, what? What are we doing, bruh? I'm gonna go back to Shanks' part. Maybe we can get Nika Bonnie rainbowed and get extra copies of Shanks. Clearly, Emu doesn't want to come to my box. But if I can get Shanks 150 with the just pulling his copies, then I can give all the red posters to Emu. I mean, I say all of my red posters, but I only have like 3, I think. It is a more newer account that's just been logged into daily, so it's not really that stacked. Of course, it doesn't play Blitz or any events that'll give these exclusive items, so not a lot on this free account. 11th poster, please. Something, man. But yeah, I mean, Shanks Shanks and Emu, these are like characters that you can put on like almost any team and they'll pull their weight. I mean, that damage ignoring defense from Shanks almost always kills at least 3 enemies. And if you kill at least 3 enemies, Shanks will charge his own special back to 90% right immediately after activating his special. So you can just have a chain going of complete domination. The only way is to kill Shanks before he activates his first special, delay him to hull and back using characters like Rumble, Legend, Smoothie, or use characters that give you damage ignoring defense evasion. We have so few options right now, but there are some decent units. I can't think of any on the top of my mind right now though. I mean, the new Sandwalden Wolf, Pizarro, and Vasco Shot does provide that, but even he is not a very reliable way to do this, because after extensive testing, which I will like upload videos testing them in regular Rumble season when the championships come out, but they take way too long to activate. Shanks by that time has long gone and activated his special. So I mean, we need a character with damage ignoring defense evasion that activates early. That's why I think Loki, if he has that ability to, at the start of the battle, he has 15 seconds of action bind, but the second that action bind goes away, he gives the entire team damage ignoring defense evasion. Because remember, damage ignoring defense evasion is so busted, it doesn't just transform the damage into regular damage, it completely mitigates it. So you take 0 damage from Shanks' special. Of course, the spread damage will still hit you, but yeah, you'll take 0 damage from that damage ignoring defense, which would otherwise kill your entire crew, or most of them, on the main lineup. So I really hope Loki is the best counter to this. And also in the latest episode, Loki said that he despises Shanks, so I mean, it would make sense to counter him like this. But as I said, I expect him to be Sai, but if he's like the perfect counter to Shanks, it would make more sense for him to be quick, right? Because then he'll have the damage reduction to strength units, or very likely to have that effect in his resistance. But I digress. Shanks, I'm getting pretty much shafted here. Nika Bunny? I mean, this unit has Super 10 and boost. I'll take it. Black Maria. I mean, bro, I still need to make a showcase for this unit. I think she's busted, man. I think when you have her invested in PvE, her captain ability is so good. And as a sailor, she has the ability to reduce paralysis by 2 turns on your entire crew. Her special is also really powerful. It does a lot and provides multiple stage damage with the Super Evolution and maxed level limit break. She has insane orb manipulation, so she gets around instant burn. She's a monster in PvE now. And if you've been playing Treasure Cruise for a while, like since we've been in the middle of the Land of Wano arc, you'll know how crazy Legend Who's Who was in Pirate Rumble. Powerhouse team, when Who's Who came out, was the dark horse in the Rumble. Like, it's the team that you could sometimes fight and get an easy win, but then other times Who's Who would activate and do damage ignoring defense and kill your entire team. So with Black Maria's Super Evolution, it's heavily implied that we'll get the other Tobiropo Super evolving in the next 3 to 2 months. Sasaki and Who's Who. Now, I don't think Sasaki will be that crazy in PvE because he kind of sucked always in PvE. But when it comes to PvP, I think the trio of Maria, Sasaki, and Who's Who especially is going to be meta defining. I think they're going to do something unbelievable with these characters. Unfortunately, they don't seem to synergize with like Kaido and Big Mom Legend, the one that came out for Global Annie this year. Very strange. But we could run them with characters like Emu, I guess. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what kind of characters would be ran with them. Probably mostly like powerhouse based characters, right? Since all 3 of them are powerhouse. Okay, super limited. Has to be Shanks, bro. Has to be Shanks. It has to be, man. Not a single Gear 5 animation. Not a single... Bro, I didn't even let go there. The mouse is broken. Gear 5. Yes, let's go. I don't know why I'm so excited. It's just a dupe. It's just a dupe. It's 2 level limit break added to my Shanks. But like, it's been so long. It's been so long since I've seen that. Not a single legend in the middle, but who cares, man? Who cares? And where's the Nikabani dupes? I spoke about how I got 2 copies of them in the first 2 multis, and then after that it's been pure shaft, man. Pure shaft. And this is already a 35-minute video. I thought this would be short, but I've been yapping a lot, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Let me know your thoughts on these things that I've talked about. Firstly, are you a manga reader? And are you planning to catch up if you're not? And what about Loki? What do you think will happen? Oh, that cutting is so clean, bro. Extended animation. Juicy, bro. Juicy. Okay. Now, one thing that on my bingo list for 12th anniversary, this make-believe bingo list, is that I haven't pulled a single alternate art. That's one thing I've just kind of been told about. Not a single alternate art. Through all these giveaway summons, through all my own multis on my main account, not a single alternate art, which I think is a bit bogus, right? Very odd. But at the end of the day, I got pretty lucky here, and I think I'll have a good time showcasing these units with the full 4 Emperors team. I honestly think I'm gonna go back here and try to get Zoro versus Nustro, Saint Jupiter. These kind of characters are super valuable. It'll suck to not have them on my account here. I think it'll be way more valuable to do that than chase dupes for Shanks. As long as I can get Shanks and Emu to level 120 for those rumble keys, then I will be satisfied. One thing about Emu is that with his defense stat, which I think is 298, he has a defense, on a defense speed stat of 298, which outspeeds most characters in, not 298, 198, right? Yeah, 298 would be ridiculous. No character in the game has that high of a speed stat. That would be ridiculous. But with 198 speed stat, he outspeeds most characters in the game. And I've talked about this in extent in like so many videos, but wow, this unit is busted, by the way. If you get this character, rejoice, bro. Like, he's busted, bro. Honestly, top 3 slasher free spreads combination unit in the game with like slasher focus. I just love this unit so much. He does so much for the team, bro. And he has captain shift as well, which is such a busted mechanic. Yeah, I love this unit to hell and back, bro. Amazing unit. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so Emu's raw speed stat is 198, so he outspeeds most units in the game, and I've talked about this to extent in so many videos. We have talked about Emu, his counters, etc. But in Pyro Rumble, the first unit to act is always the character with the highest raw speed stat. That includes both your ally team and the enemy team. So in most cases, Emu will act first. And if you run at least one other 5 Alder, Emu's special is ready at the start of the quest, and he will activate in the first second of the match. But there are characters that have come out that have higher speed stats, especially if you give them rumble keys. And the rumble keys have just become so much more important. Oh yes, oh yes. I'm gonna move on from another part. We got who we wanted. Let's take this victory. What is I talking? Bro, I really can't think right now. It's like 9:30, which is not that late actually. I'm making excuses now. Yeah, so in most cases, Emu will outspeed the enemy. But if you are running a rumble key character, which gets an extra like 20% speed stat, which in most cases means that Emu will no longer act first, then there's a reasonable way that you can actually counter Emu before he activates his first special, which is really powerful, right? But if Emu's keyed, he gets an extra 25% speed, which, I mean, at that point, he outspeeds every single character in the game, even with a rumble key. So if you're fighting an Emu without a rumble key, there's pretty decent chance that you can counter that. But when he has a rumble key, I mean, he's just busted. He's always getting that ability bind to activate. Ooh, I should have stopped. I forgot I was supposed to stop. Oh, I was about to say, well, I'm glad I didn't, because I thought we were going to go gear 5, but I guess not. A new legend, though, so surely it's Jupiter, right? Jupiter. Oh, his quality of life. But she's also just really good in Rumble and PvE. And then Ifrit Jambe Sanji. Now fly Siko. Bro, that was a crazy animated scene when it came out. And also just pretty impactful. I mean, that was kind of wrapping up Sanji's story arc. But I mean, if you've caught up with the One Piece manga. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I did this multi. 1,000,000,000%. What even is this multi, bro? Oh my goodness, that is amazing. But yeah, if you caught up with the One Piece manga, I mean, I'm not caught up, but I look at spoilers sometime. I did look at the spoilers for this week or something. But yeah, if you are caught up with spoilers, then yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything, by the way, just so you know. But like, if you're caught up with the spoilers, you'll know there are some big things happening with Sanji, right? So his character arc definitely isn't over. But yeah, that moment where he defeats Queen in Wano is a massive, like, that's wrapping him up when it comes to his whole Germa backstory. Like, he beat the shit out of who we suspect to be Frankie's dad at this point, just because the timelines match up when Frankie was abandoned, when Queen abandoned his child. But yeah, that's just speculation. But yeah, that'd be crazy. Sanji beating up Frankie's dad. But yeah, he's also, of course, Germa's main ally, and like the main link to Sanji's backstory. But anyways, I don't know why I'm yapping out about One Piece story, but I love One Piece, bro. I'll talk about this for days. Who cares? So what do I want to do now? We can go try and get V2 Saturn. Why not? I know I said that Emu kind of invalidates V2 Saturn, but that's not necessarily true. Let's go for my boy V2 Saturn. Amazing unit still. And of course, he is a scientist, so he has great synergy with Strength Vegapunk. No gear 5, but that was some spicy animation. And of course, we did get the Drake and Apu from the Aurora SUGO-FEST, as I showed you at the start. And then we also do have a lot of those Kaido Big Mom dual units, my bad. So getting Yamamomo would be great for a slasher striker team. Would love to showcase that. So Yamamomo, I already have this character. Already have him in his unevolved state. I mean, he's still pretty good. I mean, he has a really powerful a special for Super Boss, and he also has a very strong Super Tandem. Okay. Question, was that the only Brook we got, like legend Brook we got from Land of Wano? I mean, that unit's pretty bad. He's only good for Grand Voyage, and even then, he's not necessarily required, right? I mean, he has a good support ability, but it is what it is. We should be seeing like other characters from Land of Wano start to be evolving slowly, right? Ooh, spicy red text. All the shooting stars, go! No gear 5. I completely forgot which part are we pulling on. Blackbeard, right? Blackbeard, right? 12th ANNIV SUGO-FEST. Let's exhaust the SUGO-FEST pulls. Never in our lives will we pull again on the 12th anniversary SUGO-FEST banner with the 4 Emperors and Emu. It's the end of an era, guys. 12th ANNIV nostalgia already, and the banner's only just about to end. Crazy, right? Is this guaranteed? Bro, back to back 11th poster. When is this guy getting a super evolution? I think he has potential. Bandai can fix him. I mean, he's not doing much. Like, realistically, all he's doing is giving a attack boost or an orb boost based on what you already have. So I think he's actually great for if you have an overrideable buff. But then he also gives you a base attack boost. But like, he's literally doing nothing else. He's doing no utility, not even implied utility, through like giving a chain boundary to block weak chain locks or anything like that. He's just a pure damage unit and not even good at that. He's only like 2.5x multipliers. The base attack boost is mediocre. He has a good support ability, I guess. But like in Rumble as well, he's horrible. How many gems do we even have left? Bro. No. It's not on, bro. Get off my screen. I think this is the 50% red rate step. I might be going crazy. What step are we on right now, bro? Now, next step is limited pull. This was just a regular step. No wonder we got shafted. It looks like we have about 8 more multis left. I just have to get some water. My bad, guys. I mean, 44 minutes. It kills your throat, bruh. It kills your throat when you yap on. Okay, red text. Not even gear 4, bruh. Not even gear 4, man. Yo, I was watching so many Asian guy OPTC videos. His content was so fire, bro. Very creative as well. Like, he had some series where he actually did like OPTC quiz, like OPTC make you a millionaire or something. It's like a play on some actual series where you like answer questions, and then if you get all them right, you get like $1 million or something. He did kind of like a spin on that for Treasure Cruise. I think I could make a really fun one like that. I also saw my boy Reaper OPTC. He doesn't upload videos nearly as much anymore. I think he actually quit the game, but he also did a quiz a while back, and it was pretty fun to watch that. So definitely more creative content. I have a whole list of video ideas, and I can't wait to test them out. There's a series I want to make called OPTC Infighters, which is essentially me going, oh man, I mean, I really like the name. I just randomly thought of it, and like, it sounds so cool, man. It has a ring to it. OPTC Infighters. We're essentially going into old content and taking the canon lineup. So for instance, if we're going up against Garb Challenge Dofi 2, Heavenly Demon 2, then in the challenge I'm only allowed to use Doflamingo Pirates against Dofi 2 and try to win. So that definitely restricts us, especially since we don't have as many good Dofi characters. But it's essentially going up against content with their allies as an enemy team, hence the name OPTC Infighters. This infighting, right? But that's just one of the ideas. I also have oh, there we are, V2 Saturn. I still know Yamamomo though, so I might continue here. But yeah, I also want to go into like all the events that have happened in Treasure Cruise. Like, if you're a newer player, there's so much lore with Treasure Cruise. That is like, there's so much that has happened in these last 10 years that I've been playing, since 2016. Damn, I was 9 years old then. That was crazy. In Treasure Cruise, yo, back in the day, story mode was even difficult. But yeah, I think that's enough for now. No Yamamomo, but we got the target character. Still no Memories Kuma. I don't like that. We need Memories Kuma. Yeah, I'm gonna go for him. I will maybe do the discount multi for Bato, but at the end of the day, I don't think that's as important. If I really need to, I'll maybe do some off-camera multis for him after farming maybe story mode. But for now, it's not a priority. We could make a decent Dex Rumble team. We have versus Zoro. We have Saint Jupiter. Of course, the 12th Luffy. And then if I get Bato, he's also included. But not any other characters. There's only 4 units. That's not enough to make a team. And I don't think Jupiter goes really well with these units, even though he goes well on Dex teams. So yeah, I'm not too sure about this one. You see, I don't want to showcase these new characters with horrible teams, because that's just a terrible showcase then, man. I mean, you got to put these units in a realistic environment and then actually see if they're good units or not, right? You can't throw in a horrible team and then say the unit's trash when they die. I mean, it's just not realistic or practical in any sense of the word, right? Where's Kuma, bruh? The Red Rate is here, but the Kumas are not here. The Kumers. No red text. Wow, man, I didn't even wait to see. Wow, not even gear 2, so definitely wasn't. One legend. And also, just one other thing I would like to yap about is that, I mean, recently the free-to-play units have been absolutely insane. The regular rare recruits have been utterly insane for both PvE and PvP, in my opinion. Especially for the rare recruits, the fact that they have such broken abilities. Like, most of all, I think Shiryu, the new Shiryu from the Blackbeard Pirates end of month patch, this might be rare recruit of the year. Like, purely for his rumble abilities. I mean, he's also pretty good for PvE. He has some very unique abilities, but in PvP, he's one of a kind unit. No one else in the game does what he does. Sub swap and CT reduction of 100% to himself upon appearance, and then healing to allies upon appearance as well. Sub swapping constantly, does damage, spread damage as well, I think. I mean, he's insane, bro. I mean, I made a whole video on him. I've made a few showcases for him, but yeah, I still can't believe they made a rare recruit that crazy, and a regular rare recruit at that. Kuma, bruh, where are you, bruh? I really want to like go and pull for more Emu and Shanks dupes, but I know the value in getting you Kuma, bruh. My goat. I have Nikabani, but Nikabani is not whole until Kuma arrives in the box. And I mean, in Rumble, I mean, Kuma has kind of fallen like off the radar, I would say. I'm not saying he's fallen off. He's definitely not fallen off. That's for damn sure. He's still a broken character. Do not get me wrong. But I feel like people haven't been like talking about him as much. He's definitely fallen off the radar quite a bit. But I think he will. Once we get even more support for him, he'll definitely be insane. I mean, he's still one of a kind character. For tankiness, oh, we got Roger. We got Roger. I didn't even know he was on the banner. The 11th? Kuma? Oh, I hate this legend so much, bro. I mean, they're getting around speed paralysis, but they give a color affinity. That's only to slashes. I mean, the overheal's nice. The resistance is all right. I mean, it's quite a big resistance. But I feel like this unit's just not doing enough. The only time I've ever used them is for kind of co-op reasons. I mean, they're not bad because they are giving an overrideable orb boost here, which has a lot of uses. Yeah, honestly, maybe I'm underrating them. But yeah, I definitely don't use that unit at all. So we could get up to step 15 here. And then that's the end of the video, right? I may maybe do one discount multi on Barto, just to test the waters for you guys. No gear for animations have hard fallen off. I didn't expect this video to be so long, man. It's because in those giveaway summons where I spend 4,000 gems, I'm constantly pausing, but I've just been like non-stop yapping, only pausing like once, right? So it naturally takes way longer. Come on, bruh. Yeah, this is where it ends for the 12th anniversary. The final multi, which is perfectly a 50% red step. 7 hours and 18 minutes left of the SUGO-FEST. And this is the final multi I'll ever do in my life on the 12th anniversary. The monumental, game-breaking, historical 12th anniversary of One Piece Treasure Cruise. It ends here. Was that not even gold text? No red. Oh my days. Okay. Secrets? Bro, that was pretty bad for 50% raid. This is how we're ending off Bandai. How we're ending off your massive celebration. Give me the Bandai raids just this one time. Shanks and Buggy. That's not who I'm looking for. Uma. Not Komurasaki, bruh. Not Komurasaki, bruh. Oh, Oira and Yamato. I'll take the dupe. I'll take the dupe any day. Oh, Kuma. Kuma. 50%. Yes. And it's Kuma. Surely. Has to be ended off. No. I mean, I can go to the collection and get some more gems. But I feel like that build-up was too perfect. That is the final multi. That's how the 12th ANNIV ends. I actually have enough gems now with the tavern medals from the cashback to do the next multi here. But for now, let me just do that discount on Barto and see where this takes us. Bartolomeo. I mean, I'm also looking for San. San is one of the only characters that will help Bartolomeo reach that 100% blowaway chance, which of course will give that CT delay of 30% to quicken cerebral enemies, which is definitely busted. I think that's going to see more play than the damage reflection from Barto. I think the main reason people will be running this guy is for the delay, right? Wow. Character is a massive pull. She's still insane, especially on fighter teams. Well, I say especially, but can she even be ran on quick teams? I think she can, but mostly on fighter teams, right? Okay, not a single legend. The animations were telling, right? The animations were telling. Let me see what the gems I can gather quickly. Oh yeah, that's a lot of gems. That's like 100, bro. This is the great part about doing part 1 pulls on a newer account. You just pull out so many of these older legends. Whereas if you go on in one part, the maximum you can get is like 30 characters. And you'll barely get any gems. You know what? We went all that dramaticness. So let me just continue for Barto, honestly. I think we can get him. I would love to test him out, of course. I'd rather just use these gems and get him than have to farm story mode just to get him. Come on, Barto. Show your face, bro. Why are there no animations? No animations. It's a 1.5x legend rate. It's not that bad. It's only 7.5%. It's still should be an average of like 0.8 to 1 legend per multi, not 0 legends across 2 multis. That's not it, brother. It's not on Bato. I wonder if we'll actually get like I was about to say something very stupid. I was about to say, what if we get a Cavendish Rumble Rare recruit? That would make 0 sense. I wonder if Cavendish will ever actually return to the story. They really could do some fun stuff with his Hakuba form. We still don't know the exact like limits of how tough he is in Hakuba, because the only kind of power scaling we've had for that, ooh, these are some animation, ooh, everything besides the cat. Gold text. We can't see Gear 5 with a Rumble SUGO-FEST, but we will see extended animation potentially. A 1 legend. Nice. But yeah, the only power scaling we've had for Hakuba form of Cavendish is defeating Dellinger. I mean, that's really not that crazy. I was thinking about this the other day. Okay, cool, Sen 1, very cool, but we need Barter, right? Oh, this was not guaranteed, I think. Or was it? Damn it. I completely forgot that he's on the banner. That's pretty cool. Awesome pull, actually. We've gotten all of the New Year's batch besides Kuma. We got V2 Saturn, we got 2 Nika Bonnies, and now Emmett. Very solid multi, actually. But yeah, Bartolomeo, with his shield devil fruit ability, we can kind of assume that Shanks was able to like get through that barrier. Otherwise, I mean, Barter could have just defended his crew with the barrier. So in the anime right now, we don't know the limit of Barter's shield ability. I don't think we even know it in the manga, but we've never actually seen someone like physically break it. But it's kind of implied that Shanks could like just get through it, in the fact that he like was able to beat up Barter, right? So I wonder like what are the limits of Barter's barrier, like in terms of toughness, right? Because Hakuba was not able to get through the barrier. So if Barto's barrier is pierceable by like the top players in OPTC, I mean just in One Piece in general, like the strongest characters like Shanks, if they can get through Barto's barrier, it automatically means that Hakuba is like nowhere near that level, of course. Another Sen 1. Oh my days, bruh. I think that's all the gems. That's all the gems. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. That's about it for the 12th anniversary of Treasure Cruise. Let me just quickly do a box show through before we end off the video. This is way longer than I was hoping for the video to be. Yeah, I'm glad I spent most of the gems off camera, otherwise this would have been a way long video. But let me just do a slow go through of the box. Pretty much stacked. The only problem I have with it is no Kuma, but really that's it. We have Hancock, Nami, and Robin, multiple copies, so you can keep the unevolved form and the super evolved form. We have Roger there, all these characters. Oh yeah, and one of the complaints is that we also don't have a lot of the 5 eldest characters. The only one we have is V2 Saturn and Jupiter. We don't have V1 Saturn, we don't have V1 Nustro, we don't have Walkyrie, and we don't have Marcus Mars, right? But overall, very solid. Not just 12th ANNIV characters, but also leading up to the 12th ANNIV, a lot of the big hitters in the game are present on this account. Very, very happy with the result. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's been Omae. Peace. And I'm out. How many levels from the OPTC level here? How many gems? We might be able to do one more multi actually. It's just 18.